Alright, so American Mary came out in 2012, 10 years ago now. And this movie is directed by the Soska Sisters, who also did See No Evil 2, and I think the ABC's of Death 2, and also the remake of Rabid. And this, to me, is easily their best film. This was my second time watch, and I really enjoyed it. So thank you to the patron who requested this, and let's talk about it. This is, to me, what you would call a rape revenge movie. But here's the plot synopsis. The allure of easy money sends Mary Mason, a medical student, into the world of underground surgeries, which ends up leaving more marks on her than her so-called freakish clients. This movie stars Katharine Isabelle. She was also in See No Evil 2, another movie from these directors, who like to have cameos in all their films, like their Alfred Hitchcock. And so let's get into my positives for this movie. What I really like about it, the biggest positive is Katharine Isabelle. She is irresistible. She is absolutely stunning, hot. Just every word that means hot, pretty, gorgeous, sexy. She's all of it. She really steals the show. She's the main actress. She's in like every scene, and she's just captivating. And I love her performance. I like that this is a rape revenge movie where the revenge happens earlier than you would expect. So it's refreshing. It's not the typical formula of rape revenge where the rape happens early and then they spend the second act trying to plot the revenge, and then the third act is them getting the revenge. It's like, no, it's like she gets raped, start act two, she gets revenge right away, and then starts this business, and it just goes on from there. So it's completely different in its structure, and they don't linger on the rape. It's not brutal. I don't need that shit. I don't like to watch people get raped for 10, 15, 20 minutes like some of those other movies. It's tame. Some of the gore effects you do get in this movie are good. They're realistic looking, severed limbs, and the surgeries that you see get done look professional, like you're watching real surgeries. People getting like implants in their head and just using scalpels on the skin, lifting the skin, putting things underneath it. Like you see some pretty gnarly looking surgeries in this movie that just look great. And I like the unique take on the revenge in this one where it's not her just killing the guy instantly like some of these other rape revenge movies. It's her torturing this guy, doing all kinds of different body modifications and different surgeries on him, just making him look like an absolute freak. And I also like the style of this movie, the way it's shot and edited, certain sequences, how they use classical music in some scenes, just the way it's all put together. I thought was really well done and crafted. So it's a very well made movie, and I thought it clicked along at a good pace. I was never bored, and maybe that's just because of how great Katharine Isabelle is. As for any dislikes, Dr. Walsh, he's not Walsh, Grant, right? It's a Grant or Walsh, whoever the main one is that's getting tortured. I think it's Grant. I wish that they would have made his character more charming and nice, like he was deceiving her, making him think that he was Prince Charming. That way, this rape revenge we get here in like towards the end of the first act would have been more shocking, because they just make him kind of an over the top dick, like dropping F bombs left and right, just being an absolute asshole. Like you hate him right away. Like from the first minute you meet this guy, he's a monster already. Like talking the way he does to her, you just want to punch him in the face. And if they just would have made him nicer, I feel like this would have delivered more of a shocking blow when he raped her. Like, oh shit. Like, you didn't see that coming. Like, if you went into this movie blind, that would have been surprising, seeing that happen. But when you go into it blind and you're seeing the way he's behaving, when she gets to that party, you can pick up on where it's going. Like, all right, this guy's an asshole. He's probably going to rape her. And yeah, that's what happened. So they should have made him more nice. And it was a bit disappointing how they shy away from the torture of his character. You know, they show her surgeries on other people who pay for it, but this guy, who you want to see these surgeries get done on, we don't see anything. She talks about what she's going to do, and then it just cuts away and we hear him scream. We see the aftermath later on, but I wanted to see some of what she did on screen. I don't have to see everything, but we don't see her make a single scratch on this dude, really. And I thought it was weird, this unconventional love story that was slowly building between uh, Billy, the club owner, and Mary was just weird and a missed opportunity. Like I didn't see that coming. They're like he's falling in love with her and she's kind of into him, I guess, because she gets jealous of this other girl at one point. Like I just feel like all that was a missed opportunity. They should have focused more on their relationship. I feel like this movie could have been something different and maybe even better if they focused on that more. Like if they're going to establish that he loves her and she, I guess, loves him, even though we don't see much, you know, interest from her in him, even though there is that one scene where she gets jealous that just comes out of nowhere. You're like, wait, she's jealous? Like, I didn't know she liked him. Like, there, there should have been a lot more between them and make me invested in their relationship if they're gonna have one. You know, like I feel like there should have been a lot more between these two characters together, Billy and Mary. But then I guess I would have turned this movie into more of a love story, and I guess some people don't want that. But I just wanted to see more there because they established that there was something there, so I wanted to see more of it. So, final thoughts, I think this is a fascinating spin on the rape revenge genre and has a captivating lead, gross out body mutilations, and unique side characters. But it could have stuck the landing better in the third act and could have fleshed out some of these characters and their relationships with each other a bit more. So when it comes to American Mary, I'll give this movie 4 out of 5 stars. Spoilers. Alright, so we established that Mary is in debt and she needs money, otherwise she's going to lose her place. So she goes to interview at this strip club to be a stripper just to make a quick $1,000, but then she ends up ultimately making $5,000 because they have like a torture basement, and the owner says, you know, fix this guy up, keep him alive so we can keep torturing him, and I'll give you $5,000. And but yeah, like her interview was like the the process was, you know, just massage my shoulders. Like that's it. Like later on, this girl has to blow him, but Catherine just has to massage his shoulders. So then we get introduced to the Betty Boop character. She's had like 15 surgeries to look like Betty Boop, and she even tries to talk like her. And she comes to her with this crazy request to make her friend look like a Barbie doll, to remove her nipples and areolas, you know, just take that off, and then also to seal up her vagina, only leaving a tiny hole down there. And so, wow, jeez. And then we see like later on all these other crazy surgeries, and not only like the split tongues, but like this chick has like heart shape areolas. Whew, weird people, man. And so then she gets invited to this surgeon party. All these surgeons gathering around having drinks, and there's this really weird Asian character who's just the most over the top character in the movie. A little too much, because this movie overall isn't that silly or anything. It's mainly serious. It's just got some weirdness in it, but he's really weird. He's like, I'm a fucking motherfucker. Like, what surgeon talks like this? I guess he's drunk, right? But damn. I thought it was really funny. Like, he tells her to go tell these people at the hospital that their father just died. Like, all right, go, wait. But he sends them out first, like, tell them that their father just had a heart attack. And then when she comes back, he's like, all right, now I want you to go out there and tell them that their father is dead. And when she does, the mom is crying and the little girl's crying, but the son in the corner looks like nothing had happened. Like he's like, whatever, like I don't care. So then we get the rape scene, and she wakes up the next morning in bed next to this jackass, and I was surprised she didn't just run in the kitchen, grab a knife, and stab the motherfucker while he was asleep. But now I know why she didn't, because she had other plans, and she goes and gives the club owner Billy $5,000 to go capture this guy so that she can torture him for the rest of his miserable life. She has him tied to a chair, and she goes over like all the different procedures, and she's like giving lectures that he used to give her back to him, like, you know, you used to say, you know, practice makes perfect. Well, I'm gonna practice on you. You're gonna be my little test dummy. I'm gonna fucking give you a split tongue. I'm gonna, what does she say, like teeth filing? So she's gonna like, I don't know, like make vampire teeth or something. I don't know what that is exactly. And genital modification and voluntary amputation. So she's gonna fuck his world up. And I love how he becomes like the example photos in her like pamphlets at her business. Like you know how you go to like a tattoo shop and they'll show you like the designs and stuff. Like she has like all these pictures of what she can do to you, but it's pictures of him while he's tied up and being tortured. Like, I can do this and this and this. Select one. So I just thought that was great. So then we get cameos from the directors playing these German twins with phony German accents. They're not really German. I can tell. Like, listen to them. It sounds so phony. But they have like laces like in their skin on their back, like going in and out of their back skin like a shoelace. Oof, man. And they want to have their arms cut off and be like sewn together and become Siamese twins and be connected. Because they're crazy. So then we get the reveal of what the doctor looks like. He's got all his legs and arms chopped off. He's hanging on meat hooks on his back skin, looking like it's about to tear off at any moment. And man, just great effect there on that skin. The skin looks pretty real. And the security guard, I don't know where they are exactly in that moment. Some storage unit of hers, I don't know, but the security guard comes in but she kills him, and the sound design there was not good. Like the squishing and the banging of the bat on his head or whatever she had, like the sound design there just didn't sound good. So Ruby, the girl who was made into a Barbie doll, her husband comes home from a business trip or something and sees that his wife is now a Barbie and he can't fuck her, because she's sealed up down there, and that pisses him off. And now he's trying to hunt down Mary. And so this other guy goes in there and I guess gets his dick removed or something. Like, what was his surgery? She called him penis guy. I don't know what exactly she did. He's like, when you said no sex, I didn't know that meant no masturbation either. But what exactly did she do? Remove the skin off his dick? What did she do? Chop his dick off? Like, I don't know what she did, but that guy's a moron. Whatever he did, he's a moron for doing it. So then Mary finds out that her Nana died, the only person in her world that she really loved, besides the club owner, I guess, because she sees that this new girl that he's hiring, he's making her below him, and she seems to be pissed off about that. She goes to the bathroom and tries to kill that lady later on, but then realizes that there's a camera, so she lets her go. But it's like, they did not establish that she loved Billy at all at that point, so I was confused why she was jealous at all. But I guess she liked Billy. So like I said earlier, I just wish they would have went in that direction instead, really build a romance between them so that I would understand why she would be jealous in that moment seeing that. We see that he loves her throughout because he captures the other doctor for her without her knowing. He does it on his own, captures the other guy and tortures him a bunch. And then she finds out about it because of the police detective who lets her know. But not only is he in love with Mary, but he also seems to be really terrified of her. And also the other strippers. He has like a dream sequence where she stabs him. So maybe not a good idea to cheat on her if you're actually in a relationship with her. But these other strippers, when she goes in that restroom, they run out. Like, oh shit. Like, so I guess she's established this reputation and they're all scared of her. Like, that was another thing that just confused me in a moment. I'm like, well, they didn't really establish that. Like, what does she do to scare them? Like, why are they scared of her? Because she's mutilating this doctor at her house? And because she's doing all these body modifications to people who are paying her to? Like, why are they scared of her? So then he goes to her and he offers her to run away with him. Let's just go to LA. And she's like, I'll think about it. And she goes home and gets a call from Betty Boop, who says that Ruby's husband's looking for her. And that's when she gets attacked by Ruby's husband, and he like guts her from like belly button up to her chest. And I guess she somehow stabbed and killed him pretty quickly. It was dark, so I didn't really see what she did. So that could have been handled better. There could have been more of a struggle there, more, tension and like a chase there, more of a fight. It's just like a few seconds, it's over. He's dead, she's dead, she's trying to like stitch herself up, but ultimately fails and bleeds to death and dies at the end. So it's a downer ending. You know, you're rooting for this character, and then now she's dead because of what she did earlier. So her surgery with the Barbie doll is what ultimately killed her in the end, not her surgery with Dr. Grant. But anyways, that's the end of American Mary. Let me know what your thoughts are on this movie in the comments below. Is it your favorite movie from these directors? Let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here, you can hit this like button and become a subscriber today just by clicking the My Cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And remember, it's all an opinion. You don't need to get butthurt about it.